On October 25, 2017, a woman boarded a flight from Sofia to Athens with $4 billion of other people's money behind her. Nobody has officially seen her since. Tonight's 4 files share one thing no other episode on this channel has: no ending, no trial, no prison cell. These are the ones who ran: a fugitive who partied with Hollywood, a fintech executive who vanished on a fake flight, a crypto queen on the FBI's 10 most wanted list. The frauds were proven in court. The money is counted. But the chairs in the courtroom are empty. We go from 4 to 1, from the original professional fugitive to the most wanted woman in the world. Number 4, the man who wrote the Fugitive Playbook. In the early 1970s, American financier Robert Vesco took control of IOS, a troubled empire of mutual funds, and according to the SEC proceeded to loot it of roughly $224 million, investors' money, siphoned through a maze of offshore entities. When prosecutors closed in 1973, Vesco did something that was still novel back then: he simply left. Costa Rica first, where his money bought him remarkable goodwill. Then the Bahamas. Along the way, he had funneled a secret $200,000 contribution to Richard Nixon's re-election campaign, tangling his name into the Watergate era, and reportedly explored buying himself protection wherever he landed. For 2 decades he was America's most famous fugitive financier, always one treaty gap ahead of extradition. His final refuge was Cuba, and there, the story turns ironic. In 1996, the Cuban government itself tried and jailed him over a fraudulent medical venture. The man who outran American justice for 20 years ended his days in a Cuban prison cell and died in Havana in 2007, proof that a fugitive doesn't escape the game, he just changes the board. The next man on our list updated Vesco's playbook for the private jet era, and used the stolen money to produce a Hollywood movie about a financial criminal. Number 3. Jho Low was the friendliest face money could buy, a round-cheeked Malaysian financier who threw legendary parties, gambled with celebrities, and gifted supermodels jewelry worth millions. The source of it all was 1MDB, a Malaysian sovereign wealth fund created to develop the nation. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, about $4.5 billion was diverted from it in one of the largest kleptocracy cases ever documented. The stolen money bought a $250 million superyacht, masterpieces by Monet and Van Gogh, penthouses, and, in an irony so perfect it hurts, helped finance the movie The Wolf of Wall Street. A film about a financial criminal, funded with the proceeds of financial crime. The fraud is not an allegation. Goldman Sachs paid billions in one of the largest penalties in banking history over its role in the bond deals, and Malaysia's own Prime Minister, Najib Razak, was convicted and imprisoned. But Jho Low, charged in both the US and Malaysia, saw it coming and dissolved into thin air somewhere in Asia. Interpol Red Notice. Assets seized on 3 continents. The man himself, gone, for years now, widely reported to be living under protection that no treaty can reach. And yet Low at least left footprints. Luxury has a paper trail. The next fugitive was a professional at erasing them. His last known act was boarding a flight that never happened. Number 2. June 18, 2020, the night Wirecard's €1.9 billion missing euros became public. While CEO Markus Braun prepared to face arrest, the company's chief operating officer, Jan Marsalek, chose a different exit. He told colleagues he was flying to Manila to prove the money existed. Philippine immigration records dutifully showed him arriving. Those records were fake, planted. Investigative journalists and prosecutors later established that Marsalek never went east at all. He boarded a private jet from a small Austrian airfield and flew to Minsk, Belarus. Then, silence. An Interpol red notice went out. Europe's most wanted white-collar fugitive became a ghost. But this file has a second layer that no one saw coming. In 2025, a London court convicted a ring of Bulgarian spies operating in the UK, and the trial established that their orders came from Jan Marsalek, working, according to the evidence presented, as an intermediary for Russian intelligence interests. The fintech golden boy of Munich wasn't just hiding from justice. Investigators concluded he had been living a double life all along. Reporting places him in Moscow, under new identities, beyond any realistic extradition. The COO of a DAX company, red-noticed, spy-linked, and untouchable. And still, he is only number 2. Because the person at the top of tonight's list out-vanished them all, $5 million on her head, and not one confirmed sighting in 8 years. Number 1. Dr. Ruja Ignatova, the Crypto Queen. We told OneCoin's story in Too Good to Be True, the fake cryptocurrency that raised $4 billion from believers in 175 countries, sold in packages through families, friends, and churches, around a blockchain that courts established didn't work as promised. The fraud itself is beyond doubt. Her co-founder was sentenced to 20 years in a U.S. prison, and her own brother pleaded guilty. But Ruja herself skipped the ending. In the autumn of 2017, with investigators closing in, she booked a Ryanair flight from Sofia to Athens on October 25. She boarded. She landed. And then Dr. Ruja Ignatova stepped off the map. No confirmed sighting since. In 2022, the FBI placed her on its 10 most wanted list, at the time, the only woman on it, and the reward for information now stands at $5 million. The theories-filled documentaries, plastic surgery and a new life protected by powerful friends, a quiet villa on the Mediterranean. And one darker thread, a leaked Bulgarian police report, covered by investigative journalists, containing a witness claim that she was murdered in 2018 on the orders of an underworld figure and her body dumped at sea. It has never been confirmed. No body, no arrest, no proof of life either. Just a $5 million question mark where a person used to be. Somewhere, someone knows whether the most wanted woman in the world is sipping coffee under a new face, or has been at the bottom of the Ionian Sea all along. For files, and for the first time on this channel, no verdicts to read. That's the uncomfortable discovery of the vanished. The system we trust is built to follow money, and it does that brilliantly. Yachts get seized, banks pay billions, accomplices get sentenced. But the people themselves? Vesco needed only a plane ticket in 1973. Half a century of technology later, Low, Marsalek and Ignatova needed exactly the same thing. Borders that stop extraditions don't stop jets. Fortunes that vanish into protection by silence for decades. The pattern of this whole channel has been that nobody wants to stop the music. Tonight's addendum is darker. Even when the music stops, the ones who played it best simply walk off stage. So tonight we end with a real, open question, and your theory is as valid as anyone's. Where is Ruja Ignatova? New identity, protected witness, or the sea? And will Marsalek or Low ever sit in a courtroom? Give us your verdict in the comments. These files stay open, and if they ever close, you'll hear it here first. Subscribe. This is Mega Frauds of History.